God wants you to own the God within you. He wants you to be empowered and sovereign and free in all ways that you can be, that you by birthright are. And that's what we're coming back into the knowing of that. And so, but the more you do that, the more support you're going to get to become that. And that's just because that's your right. That's the birthright of remembering what you are, who you are, your soul's origin, all that. Coming back to God. That's what ascending is. You're send back to God from the fragmentation of the soul that you chose, And so, but I mean, to own your godhood, not think you're not in a what, not in a God complex kind of way. It doesn't work that way. But to know that you are a creation of Source, and then you are empowered in that knowing. Well, you're just going to be backed and supported like a mother because you're actually owning that you are cool like God, because God made you to be cool. He wants you to think you're cool. He wants you to know you're cool, to know who you are and know what you can do and believe it, though, to believe it. And once you do, I mean, like, once you do, you have all the support in the world, or the universe, in the universe, in multi dimensions, okay? But he really does. She really does. That's the point of the lessons. That's why they're so hard, is because to come into our own sovereignty is to know our own godhood, is to know that we are of God, and that we have the say. This is our say. This is our powers and our free will choice, and we have been, like I said, conditioned and manipulated and controlled in a way not to know that on purpose. Like, that's how cool we are. But just to own your sovereignty, to own the decisions you make, to own who you are, to own you. As long as you own yourself and are authentic and genuine in that, and believe in the power that you hold, well, you're just gonna get the support like you don't even know, and you won't too. That's the cool thing about God. Like, he shows you how, in a way that you're not going to expect, because you're like, because we've been conditioned to believe so many things just one way or the other way, and there's so many ways that that God can be God. And it's like, it's humbling, and it's gratifying. It's, you become grateful. It's just, and that's the way it should be, though. Like, that's, so it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah. But just remember that you are supported when you own the creation of God that God made you. When you can own it and believe in it and be it, well, you'll be backed and supported like you don't even know. And it's cool in a good way, in a good way, in a good way. Maybe it might not feel good and it's not easy, but always in hindsight, I swear to God, always in hindsight, no matter what, when you look back on something, you can find what was good about it, what you can take from it, what made you today, you now. I promise you do whenever you look at it in hindsight. But even then, like, once you get on the fast track of owning the positive virtues of yourself and standing in that, being omnipresent and omniscient, knowing you're of God, and being like, no, that don't work that way. God don't work that way. And stand in that knowing, in that truth, well, you'll be supported and backed for that. You can even call in all the support, the higher dimensional support, to assist you and support you in that rise, in your ascension. That's what I did. And it's great. It's awesome. It's freeing. I've been freed, and it makes you grateful. It makes you, and I keep getting freed, more freed up, more grace, more unconditional love, and it all points back to my choice. It all points back to, well, you should, I should have done this, I should have done that, or I can do this and I can do that, and I'm not, for some reason that I shouldn't be listening to, probably. So, but it's a beautiful game. It's complex and it's worth it, though. It's intricate and it's awesome. Own your godhood. For real, omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. They're actual, like, forces of God that you can, when you, in the knowing, that's omniscient, or that's Is it omniscience? Yeah. When you know, it's pretty much like extreme claircognizance is being omniscient. Anyway, yeah.